and I said like munja cake. You guys don't use munja cake. The Italians understand what I'm talking about. It looked like a slice of agito.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hardcore Italians podcast. We got Mike Marino back in the house, and we got our Canadian friend, Joe, the Angry Sicilian.
Yeah, what's up?
Recently changing your name to Angry Sicilian.
I'm going to make it simpler. I'm going to make it simpler for everybody because everybody keeps screwing it up. Like,
notice how he looked right at me because I screw it up every single time. He'll tell me his name and then I'll screw it up as soon as he tells me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you to roll the R's, man.
I can't roll my R.
Roll the R's.
Yeah. I remember literally last episode when you were here, you literally said, and I'm going to mess this up, like you called it out beforehand. So at least that's cool. You like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
say it.
Cool.
Say it.
Okay, so the proper way is Lu Siciliano Raggiato.
Oh, see, I kept saying raggato.
Like the sauce.
Like
raggato.
Raggiato.
It's raggiato, which means like the
Raggiato.
raging Sicilian, which is the angry Sicilian. So
I
now
like that.
I'm gonna slowly transition over to. Can I say transition?
Yeah, I don't know. That scared me. I go, oh,
I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna
got
switch
a whole
over.
new comedy show now.
oh man,
He's transitioning.
Transition over.
I can't
Yeah,
can't wait to see this transition.
No, we're not kidding.
Italians don't transition. Let's put.
No, we don't
they
transition.
Don't.
No.
What are you gonna do? Stop
No.
eating?
oh my God.
That's just terrible.
But yeah, I mean, Joe, I've been curious, man. Like, tell me, because you've been around a long time, and like, I feel like you're one of the first people to bring Italian comedy to the internet. Like, I feel like when we were first doing hardcore, you were there and we were working together. Like, we've been working together for a long time. So
long time.
I never really got to sit down with you in person like this and ask you like how it all started, how the name came about, like the videos, everything.
You know, it's a funny story that it just happened. You know, when you kind of just say, oh, this stuff just happens. This one just happened. I was lying in bed with my wife, and I should maybe say that, right?
you got to watch the mic. He's just waiting for something.
I'm glad you weren't laying in bed with
something,
my
man.
wife. That would be
Right?
weird. I don't even have a
So
wife.
I was in bed with my wife, and I was watching the other OGs of the Italian pages, like, you know, like Giuseppe the MC that we all know, and, and like Joe Vadi and stuff like that. But like Giuseppe and all the other guys in Toronto, where I'm from, we're doing like skit comedy. We're taking our stories, our traditional stories, and then putting them as skits. And I was lying. I was like, man, I got a million stories on my own.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it out because I've always been the guy at family events to be like the guy who's lighthearted, like the jokester.
Yeah.
So I tried it out and I did it. And I said, well, before I did that, I said, I got to come up with some sort of snazzy name. I need a good name.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just call myself Joe Pellerino. It's just so dull.
Yeah.
Right?
I get you.
So I was sitting in bed, lying in bed, and I was getting frustrated. And everybody knows that us Sicilians get hot quick.
Yeah.
We're like really quick tempered. And I was getting pissed off. And my wife goes, wow, you're raggiato, man. Right? Which is like, you're such a raging person. I was like, ha! That's the name right there.
Yeah.
So Lucy, I looked it up. It wasn't taken, so I took it. And that was it. So I took the Raging Sicilian and I played off it as that was going to be my character, where everything that we did as Italians pissed me off as a Canadian, as an Italo-Canadian. You guys call yourself American, Italian-American?
Yeah.
We call ourselves Italo-Canadian.
Okay.
So it's I said that's how it's going to be. It's going to piss me off the way we grew up, and I just played off it, and I just and then here we are today, in the stage.
I love it. So then that transition from doing, there's that word again.
Yeah, so you can't get away from that transition word, man.
but that transitioned into doing live shows.
I transitioned from being an actor to a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
And in that transition, I changed my clothes.
But you just started from the page and then you went on stage and just started doing shows, or what triggered that? You know what I mean?
What triggered that was, listen, I've always been into like acting and listen, always been comfortable around people when I used to DJ and MC. So I was comfortable around people. I just never thought I would go on stage and do it on stage until somebody gave me a shot. And I opened my very first show for this guy.
Your very first show?
Very first show. So it was Enrico Rinella up in Canada who put the show together. Had Mike as the headliner, and he's like, listen, you know what? Come on out and do 20 minutes. And I was like, I've never done this before, man. Just give me a break. He's like, you're going to kill it. You're doing great online. So I sat there for a good month just trying to put my skits onto stage because they vary. You can't do your skit stuff on stage. You gotta figure it out. So I figured it out, went out there. That show was almost 700 people.
Yeah, that was
Oh
a
my
big night.
God.
That show was 700 people. I was 680 something.
For the first show.
For the very first time.
Just getting down in front of 700 people. My God.
I'm not sure how much but I shit my pants. I was scared.
I didn't see that
You
part.
didn't see that part. You smelt it, but you didn't see that part. But that was terrible. It was terrible. It was so terrible that when nobody actually realized, I don't think you even realized it, that just before they called my name to get out there, I was hyperventilating backstage.
No, I didn't.
I was
thought
walking.
everybody was.
I was walking behind the curtain. I was like, I couldn't catch my breath. I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna shit the bed. I'm gonna go out there, and nobody wants to do that in front of almost 700 people.
Yeah.
Went out there for the very first time, opened for him, and I got a standing ovation.
Yep.
So, and it was a bug that I can't explain to you. If you never hit the stage and then you don't get that reaction, it's a bug and now here we are 8 years later.
It's called heroin.
Heroin. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You put that in your arm, you ain't getting rid of it. And you
8
gotta
years
do
later.
this.
8 years later, man. It's been
That's crazy.
the same energy that I've been getting every single show, and I catch it on the next one. I want to catch it on the next one. So
That's awesome.
But isn't
been
it great
great.
now? All these years later, here we are again.
here we are again.
We're again. But this
are
is
again.
even into the second time. We've done a lot of
Yeah,
shows
3 or 4
together.
shows together, yeah.
And it's fun because,
Yeah.
you got your Canadian, you got your American,
Yeah.
yet we're Italian descent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty badass.
You know what? People think that we're similar, but we're not. There's a lot of differences between the Canadian Italian and the American Italian.
I wanted to get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. It's just and you helped me out with when I first came over here to do my first show, and I said like munja cake. You guys don't use munja cake.
We do.
You
That's
guys,
weird.
You're in Chicago. You guys
Yeah,
munja cake?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So I did that in New York. I said munja cake, and I heard crickets.
Yeah.
I was like, what's a munja cake?
Yeah, well, we post memes with it sometimes, and people don't get it
Don't
either.
get it.
So yeah, I don't know.
So what I figured out is, I guess I didn't realize you guys use it here, which is great because now I'm gonna revert back to it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? So they use Baba American or just American.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? That's how they.
We say Madigan, too.
Marican?
Yeah. Madigan.
Marican.
Madigan. I never
See,
said
so there you go,
Madigan.
Marican. So how I had to learn that. So I had to flip my joke to where I had to add American. Well, I used to say Baba American. I just said Baba American this way. Everybody
Yeah.
knew they're just dumb.
I like the way you said it. Sounds like you're getting ready to sing the song. Bop, bop, minigun.
That's exactly where I got it from. Baba American, right? So I was like, okay, yeah.
I'm ready. Dun, 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 dun.
So that's where I got it from. So I said that's it. But there's a lot of things. Everything. So we're all similar, but we're totally different.
Yeah.
I would say totally different. Our stories, our heritage, our backgrounds, the way we grew up is pretty much the same. But when you start looking at, do I dare say New Age Italian?
No,
Here,
you could say it, yeah.
it's totally different than it is in Canada.
Wow.
Totally different.
So,
I may offend some people here.
but have you guys done shows in Canada and America then? Like you've performed in both of you? You know
Well,
what I
those
mean?
shows that we originally did were in Canada. I
Okay.
can't really remember exactly where we were.
Yeah, so we were, one show was in the Woodbridge area.
Yeah.
And the other one was in just outside of the Woodbridge area in Richmond Hill.
And then there was a couple others. They were in Canada, but I think this is our first show in the United States together.
This is our first show in
Oh, there you
Canada
go.
in the
Oh, wow,
US.
there you
go.
Yeah,
It's
this
a
is our
first.
first show
Yeah,
in
there
the
you
US.
go.
Yeah, so.
You got the shirt to rep it too today.
Oh
There
yeah,
you go.
listen, I do. See, look, you guys are converting me, man. Hey? Do I gotta start saying? Do I gotta start saying gabagool and bourgeois?
What do you mean? You don't say that?
No, I don't.
You don't say gabagool?
No, I don't say gabagool. Listen, whatever. Am I looking at a ghost or something? No. I'm becoming an honorary American.
Yeah.
There you go.
American. I'm good. I'm good with it.
Yeah, well,
I'm good
we
with
have family in Canada, and yeah, they're way more Italian than we are, to be honest. Like, it's a different, I don't know if their family came later than they did here. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying with the New Age part of it. And
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's this whole, like, bastardizing it. You know, I'm going to get a lot of hate from it, man. This whole gabagool. We don't have this gravy sauce stuff.
Yeah.
We don't have it. It doesn't exist there.
Yeah.
Sauce is sauce. Like, You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, we play out. I know you guys have this gravy sauce up in Jersey, am I right?
Well, yeah, the argument whether you call it gravy or sauce is, But
There should be no argument there, bud.
why you call it sauce?
It's sauce.
Even if there's meatballs in it?
Yeah. It's
No, we're all gonna have a fight.
Yeah, here we go.
Gravy
riot
brown.
begins.
Gravy goes on fries, man.
What do you call sauce with meat in it then in Canada?
Sauce with meat. Sauce with meat. It's pasta. It's carne con sugo.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Okay.
If you translate it right, it's sauce with meat. It's not.
Yeah.
It's
But
not.
see,
Oddly enough, my
Gravy.
mother's oldest brother's kids are all in Toronto. They never made it to the United States, and for whatever reason, they say sauce. However, they speak fluent Italian. Why we didn't, I have no idea. I just remember my mother saying, "We're never going to speak that language. You're American now." However, if we were dating when we were younger, my mother would say, "Don't come home with no minigans. You find yourself a nice Italian girl." They're like, "Ma, I don't think you're supposed to say that."
No.
But I never even knew that was a slang word for Americans.
Minigun.
I thought it was a minigun was like somebody who, I don't know, missing an arm or something.
Yeah. So is there any slang words in Canada then, or is it just
There's lots.
or is it just Italian based, like Italian language?
Yeah,
based?
no. Like there's a couple of guys that use the word like mint and like we use bro a lot. There's
Yeah.
a couple of guys I don't use bro. I know Montreal they use bro a lot. A couple of guys who use. It's just the whole,
But no like specific Italian Canadian slang, kind of how it is in America. Would you say?
Nah, I can't think of any, man.
crazy.
You guys have lots.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys have, I
It's
was
probably
thinking, I haven't been in Chicago long enough
Yeah.
to experience it, but when I'm down in New York and Connecticut, whoosh,
Yeah.
I gotta get my dictionary out, man. I gotta say, okay, I gotta figure out what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Chicago got slang that's actually different from New York and New Jersey. And their accent is so thick sometimes I have to say what a bunch of different times when they're talking.
In Chicago.
The Chicago accent, it's very different.
Yeah, we say
Sounds like
everything
upstate
is
New
A.
York.
You're like
Yeah.
us. But I've noticed that I've only been here, 6 hours?
Yeah.
And I gotta say, there's a lot of similarities in Chicago with Canada.
Really?
Where Toronto is. So far, you guys say A a lot, like
Well,
us.
we say like our O's are pronounced as A's. Like we'll say Chicago. You know what I mean? Like
Chicago.
whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I noticed that. You guys, but you say that your A's are just like, even at the end of it, you're like, okay, so
yeah, I know what you mean though. You're saying like A.
A,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. I just I didn't realize the similarities, but the longer I'm here, the more I get it.
Yeah.
The more I get it. It's like maybe I can move here.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Maybe
man.
not.
What about, because your big thing's obviously being Sicilian, and I feel like there's
Yeah.
tons of differences there with Calabrese and Italian. So tell me a little bit about that difference too.
So you know what? I gotta say, again, in Canada, whether you're Sicilian, Calabrese, Napolitan, Barese, it just feels like we're all the same. Like we've all grew up the same way. We all, even the way we speak, and yes, obviously we have our own dialects, and I feel like the dialects are disappearing because the straight Italian, real Italian, is taking over.
Yeah.
So all the dialects are leaving. So that's why I kind of still do my shows and I incorporate the dialects. You know what I mean? So but here you guys are really strong on separating the Calabrese and the Barese and the Sicilian. There's really not that much difference up in Canada. We're all kind of like the same old. I don't know how to better explain it, but we're all the same. We're all the same over there. We don't look at it as there's
Okay.
a difference,
Well, New York
right?
and New Jersey, it's a little bit different, and I'm still trying to hang on to our traditional dialects. You're like, hey, oh, what he's doing, you
Yeah.
know, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not.
That's the Jersey dialect.
Hold on, you-
Hey, don't make me get up.
Hey, oh yes, I don't know.
If I get up,
How
it's
you
over.
Doing? So how you doing? How you doing? Eh? How many different ways can you say how you doing?
Hey, let me see if you think this is funny. When I was just in Texas, I addressed the Texans like a true Italian trying to be part of Texas. And I went like this, howdy is doing. Is that good?
That
Is
was
that
good. Yeah, that works. That works.
So is there any dead giveaways if you could tell if someone's Sicilian versus Italian or Calabrese? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, just look at the hair on their body. Just look at the hair. That's all.
So the physical traits
The
or
physical
anything?
traits. Just look at if you see a woman and she's got a mustache and a beard, she's definitely got a black.
Oh, wait a minute. I said Sicilian.
No,
No?
watch yourself. Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
This podcast is gonna get canceled.
You remember when
Watch
your grandmother
yourself.
had those
Just watch
extra
yourself.
pieces of skin,
Just watch yourself.
pieces of whiskers, Go kiss your grandmother. No, please. I don't want to kiss grandma. She got a mustache.
Come up with that red shit on your lips.
Come and give grandma a kiss. No, grandma needs to shave.
Yeah, there are physical traits. That's just all the Sicilians. The thing is, Sicilians are like, they're short. Usually short and like they look like me. Yeah. So and then the Calabres are all hairy, and then Napolitans.
Yeah, Mike, your family's from more northern region, or where are you?
Well, they're actually from central Italy. They
Okay.
lived in Campobasso, right in the center,
Oh,
I
you're
thought.
Campobasso.
Yes,
I didn't
I'm
know
a
that.
Abruzzese. And we all have blonde hair, blue eyes, and I don't really have much hair at all. I mean, I never shaved my butt or back.
I'm sorry, I can't say the same. I can't say the same. You got me there. Sorry.
I'm going to wax you. That's funny.
I shaved my back before I came.
But you guys find the same jokes like work because you have different upbringings, obviously different regions. You know, your family are from different regions, so that's what I was curious about when you know.
But like I said, I think the Italians really hold their traditions, and I think that's why my comedy. I'll speak about my comedy, how relatable the comedy is, because it doesn't matter whether you're from the north, from the south. We're all built the same. We're all the same. We all have the same stories. And that's why it's so great what you guys do here at Hardcore Italians, keeping the traditions alive and keeping the whole like, you know, putting it in their faces where this is who we are. You know, you're 17, but your parents and your grandparents, this is the way they were, and we're trying to keep that alive. I with my comedy, I'm trying to keep that alive as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who come out to the shows that are 14, 15, and they say, "Oh my God, you remind me of my Nonna with your videos." Great. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, because you know what? And you know, God bless, whatever it is, if they're still alive, wonderful. But in 10, 20 years, they're not going to be around. At least there's somebody out there who's going to keep that memory here.
The truth is always funny. When you talk about your family, everybody's going to laugh because everybody got that type of family.
Yeah.
And since Joe and I have been hanging around, I'm going to make him an offer. I'd like to make him this offer right now on the show. Since we all know that I didn't win the presidency, but I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep on running. And why not have a Canadian be the vice president of the United States as I run for president again in 2029?
Honorary American.
Yeah.
I'm in.
In fact, we'll even move the White House to Canada.
Can we do like halfway?
Yeah.
Halfway.
We'll go on the border. You know what? We'll put the White House in Buffalo.
Right in Buffalo.
No, wait. We'll put it at the Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. Yeah, we'll put it right in Niagara Falls.
And then I can call him up. Joe, swim over.
That's it.
Take the boat.
Take the boat.
You're used to doing that. Get it? Take your time. All right. The boat. Take the boat.
Take the boat. Yeah, I got it.
I came over on the boat. Which one? The one over there.
Joe, so one thing I want to ask, because there's like a debate, you know, so I'd like for you to settle this debate. Are Sicilians Italian or Sicilians Sicilians?
You're gonna get me canceled there, but listen. So
look how quiet I just got.
Listen, Sicilians are. If you ask any Sicilian where they're from, they're gonna say I'm Sicilian before they say I'm Italian. But we are Italian. We are Italian. We are proud to be Italians.
Yeah.
And I gotta say that if you ask the question, the first thing out of a Sicilian's mouth is, "Where are you from?" Well, I'm Sicilian.
Yeah.
Right? And it is, because we're very proud. We're very proud of, even though Sicily's been bastardized by 800, call it, the Greeks, the Arabs. But we're very proud of being Sicilian, but ultimately we're always Italian. It's that debate's always going to be.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people always
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
okay.
I'm Sicilian though.
Okay, but speaking of like how all Italians like have similarities, what do you think are some of the biggest, like, no matter where you're from or your family's from in Italy, like what is one rule Italians always have or similarity Italians have?
You eat together. As you can tell, I'm not the skinniest not the skinniest guy out there, but my biggest thing from what I remember is we eat together. I have a daughter, she's 8, and she's starting to, okay, I'm going to take my dinner to the other room. I don't think so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember a family eats together. And that's the biggest thing about Italians, is that whether it be Sugo Sundays, whether it be holidays, it doesn't matter, is that we eat together. Dinner time, you're at the table, you're there. Once you're done and everything's done, then you can split. but you eat together.
My mother used to say when we sat at the table, don't you pick up your fork until your father starts eating. And we ate together.
Ate together. That's the biggest thing,
together.
man.
You don't start eating until everybody starts eating.
But you can't deny the thing about Italians is our food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's our food, man. Look anywhere you go, sandwiches, mozzarella, prosciutto, our meals. We're all about food. That's what we're known for across the. Besides your stunning good looks, it's the food, right? It's the food anywhere you go, right? Look at that smile. How do you get rid of that smile?
When we had problems when we were kids.
Look at how cute he is.
Oh,
when we had problems when we were kids, you didn't go see to talk to somebody. Your mother said, sit down and eat. We'll fix your problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't go see a doctor.
Yeah.
My foot hurts. Well, sit down and eat. You'll feel better.
Yeah, because it brings together family. Yeah. It's everything.
Pastino was the best. Huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%. Anytime you're sick or anything, you get a broken arm, have some pastino,
have
whatever.
Pastino. Rub
fixes
some pastino on it.
It fixes
I got sunburn. Go put the pastino on.
Guys, there's no joke. Listen, even like when you had a cold, what did your parents do? My mother used to grab an onion, stick it on the bottom of my feet, put my socks on.
Yeah. They're
food.
resourceful. Italians are resourceful.
Well, it's food.
Man. Yeah.
Everything was food. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm a little thrown on this one.
No.
You put onions on your feet?
Yes, and if you have a headache, let's say I had a really bad headache, okay? My mother would slice up potatoes, stick them, 2 on my temples, 1 on my front, with a rag on my head, and she would, put it really tight, so the potatoes would go on your hand. That would pull the headache out. You guys are all laughing, guys. This is my life, guys. This is my life, guys.
That must be where they started Mr. Potato Head.
But it's true.
Your mother was ripped off.
How many of you?
They came out with a toy called Mr. Potato Head. Your mother didn't even realize she invited a toy.
Mike, we gotta do a poll. I gotta know.
Let me get that joke out. That was classic.
Yes, listen. But how many people? I gotta know. I'm sorry.
It's all right, but it was classic.
It was classic.
Go ahead.
Mr. Potato Head. I got it.
Right.
But I gotta know. Seriously, am I the only weird one that had the potato in the head? Can we do a poll here? Can we do
I don't know.
I gotta figure this out.
Drop a comment if you've heard of that.
Yeah,
drop a comment.
Please, if you have ever had potatoes being pulled, like headache, I gotta know.
Yeah.
Or else I'm gonna have a talk with my mom.
His family really did come from food. Now we got onions in your feet and potatoes on your head.
Yes. And did you? Have you ever had problems?
With the bichadil?
No, not bichadil. Like ever problem doing ukaka? You ever had problems doing ukaka?
Isn't it funny? I only know certain Italian words, but I knew that.
You know
Yeah,
what ukaka was?
yeah, that's
If
all
you
the
ever had
bad
problems doing like ukaka,
Yeah.
my mother used to tell me, go in the backyard, get a fresh stick of parsley. Yep.
Really?
And then stick it right up the root, and then when you pull it out, you shit real nice.
I'd love to meet your mom someday.
This
It all came around food. Like, I don't know if I can say all that, but it's like,
You can't.
I'd hate to find out what she did with basil.
put it in tea.
This
It's craziness. It was crazy shit, man. It was just crazy.
This is just material for Mike for days, man.
Yeah,
But
so
I
do
say this
tomorrow
stuff
at
on
Display.
stage. I tell these stories because these are real stories. I can't make this
Yeah.
shit. Who would make up putting parsley up your butt to go do caca? You can't make that up. That's my real life, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go see a gastroenterologist. Listen, you don't need to put that pole up my ass. I got some parsley flakes.
Right? And it can't be dry parsley. It's got to be fresh.
Yeah.
You should
Well,
see
I mean,
what I do with potatoes.
I mean, it's kind of good though, man, because a lot of people, like, you go to a doctor or something, the first thing they do is want to prescribe you something. Like, there's home remedies and things you could do, so it's cool. I respect it. But one thing too is, like, speaking of family and the jokes and using jokes, what does your family think about, like, jokes you make of them or real life experiences, to both you guys, on stage?
Well, when I
and in
used to
videos?
imitate my uncle, he used to love the fact that I was doing it.
Yeah.
He would actually just say to me, I sound a little bit different than what you're doing. Can you work on it a little bit better? But he loved the fact that I was imitating him on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good old days.
What were you getting from him then? Just the accent or the like?
No, he was just one of those guys that really had a different outlook on what life was really going on, and he would say things like, you saw your president today over there, he finally listened to me.
Yeah.
You're like, what? He goes, yeah, I knew him when he was a singer. So nothing made any sense, but it made the kids laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get you.
With me, except my mother's not with us anymore. So, but I know she would have been like, okay, stop making fun of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad's still around, and he didn't get it at first. He was kind of like, my dad's a very private guy. as most older Italian men are.
Yeah, true.
He's a very private guy. So every time, like, I have a whole bunch of jokes of him, calling me over how to work the controller because he would touch the wrong button, this and that. The guy stopped calling me. He would press the wrong thing on the controller.
Yeah.
And he would just stop calling me. He would try to figure it out on his own until he messed it up.
Yeah.
Just because I started making fun of him on the videos.
Oh, he was like nervous.
Yeah. He was like, he's like, I'm not gonna call him anymore because everything I'm gonna call him, he's gonna make fun of me on it, right?
It's gonna turn into a joke. Yeah,
Until
that's true.
he came to that show, the very first show, and he saw the response, and he's like, I get it. Now he's
okay.
Yeah. Now he's like, okay, he's not making fun of me. He's just telling the story that I'm not the only loser out here. There's other, you know what I mean? So everybody does the same thing.
Yeah, he didn't feel singled out.
Yeah, he didn't feel singled out. So he's like, I get it now, and now he's proud of it. Now he's like, So he's at first he didn't like it, but now he's like, yeah, I'll give you more material, which is every day.
Yeah.
I could sit in my dad's house and just sit with him for half an hour. He'll give me more material than you can never imagine.
How about the other way around? Did your parents ever do anything to you guys to embarrass you growing up?
Everything.
Yeah, my whole life.
My
whole life, man.
In front of friends and things like that?
Yeah, man. I was like a clown, man. They used to make me dance the tarantella in front of. I was like a 8-year-old fat kid running around, just do a tarantella for Zio and Zia. You're like a clown, right?
Yeah.
That's how they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always embarrassed me. Yeah.
How about you, Mike? Any memories growing up?
Oh, sure. Down in the basement, my parents would say it all the time. Go ahead, imitate those commercials that you watch. And I would imitate a TV commercial. I would sing the little commercials. Yeah, a very long time ago. I used to have hair.
A long time ago, eh, Mike?
Oh, missed those days, man.
Kidding.
Jokes from the basement.
Yeah.
Because, Mike was telling about his uncle used to give him feedback. How about you? Was anybody like a critic in your family, like about the jokes or giving you feedback?
No. I think everybody kind of knew that I had it down pat, that I was doing a thing, and I like to keep it fresh. So I was just trying to change it up a little bit. The only things I had like little criticisms or like change your background or don't be stagnant. Just like
stuff to help.
Yeah, stuff to help. It all helped, right? It all helped. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should pull myself away from just that same backdrop.
Yeah.
And do it, film somewhere else or whatever. It just gives a dynamic, right? But the jokes and everything else, no. They knew that I had that.
That's awesome. I feel like it helped you guys in a way because it's like you grew up, whatever, imitating stuff and like, you know what I mean?
And
weren't afraid to.
I'm just talking about our lives, right? I'm talking about my life.
Daily life will crack you up.
Yeah.
We got here. He wanted to go to the Target because they don't have Target where he lives.
Really?
And we go in the aisle where you buy travel-sized items.
Yeah.
And he bought Febreze for his room.
Okay.
And I immediately said, "That's a good idea. Get me one too."
Yeah. For the hotel room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who thinks of stuff like that? Italians, because you got to make it fresh in your room.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Febreze.
Those who know me and are watching this podcast, they know that I'm a germaphobe. I'm like a freak.
Me
like
too.
That. So I bought Lysol, like the spray, and like I bought Febreze. I'm crazy like that. You know what I mean?
Germaphobe.
I'm a little bit of a clean freak. You know what I mean?
I'm a clean freak too, and that's your parents.
And that's what I say.
Yeah.
And that's my parents.
That's your parents.
Yeah.
Make sure you clean your room before you use it.
I never went to the doctor with dirty underwear, man. Never. My mother used to always say, "Go to the doctor, go change your underwear." You want to know the funny thing is, guys? I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Everybody else here who doesn't know this. Before every show, say I have a show and it's a bigger show like it is this weekend, I'll go buy a new pair of underwear.
Really?
Swear to God.
Every new show?
Every show.
Well, it's just a superstition, or?
It's just a thing that I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I buy a new pair of underwear every single show.
See, I would love to introduce you.
Don't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, fresh from Target, with a brand new pair of underwear
Brand
and
new
some
mutande,
Febreze and some paprika in his ass. Please welcome the Angry Sicilian. Get his name right. The Regato.
No, you still screwed it up. I'm sitting right beside you. I just said it to you.
Regato.
No, ragato.
Tommy Regato.
Ragato, man.
Oh my
You're
God.
right here. I'm right here. I just said it to you.
We sprayed the Febreze as he comes out.
Gotta Lysol everything.
Lysol the floor before I walk out.
Yeah, Lysol the floor.
How about this?
Lysol,
Boxers or briefs?
It's always boxer briefs.
Really?
Yeah.
combo.
Yeah. The little tiny
What? I mean,
I got a lot of information. I'm letting a lot of shit go over here.
yeah, I know. This is good, man.
We'll be right back after this commercial from Fruit of the Loom. Fruit of the Boom.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God. Why do you think Italians are superstitious, though?
Because we're crazy.
I still am. My mother instilled that in us.
I still don't step on
You
a
put
crack.
your sneakers on the table, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the bed, on the table.
I don't
On
step on a crack. So to break your mother's back.
Right? Yeah, step over the crack.
When was it? A couple days ago. My daughter put her shoes, she has little slippers, and she put them at the end of the bed. Like on the, you're not supposed to do that because it calls in the spirits or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, man. I grabbed those shoes, I flicked them out the room. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, look at me like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I had to explain to her. Nonna used to tell me that if you put your shoes at the end of the bed, that you're like calling in the spirits to kind of, she's like, no, get my shoes out of here. It works though. And I said, it scared the shit out of me. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I wouldn't do it. No.
No,
Yeah.
now
There's
I'm
a
going
whole
to have
bunch.
to do
There's
that.
a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch. If you there's shoes on the bed, if you gift, I gifted my father-in-law a knife, and he whips out $1, and he gave me $1. I'm like, no man, it's a gift. You're not buying it here. It's a gift.
Yeah.
He's like, no. If you give the gift of a knife, you can't gift a knife to someone because it cuts the relationship.
Really?
Again,
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah. So if I gift you a knife, it's you're basically saying you want to cut the relationship. So, but if you pay for it, like if I give you even a dime, I've paid for it, so it doesn't really screw up the whole superstition shit.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of knives I got to start giving to some people. I gotta cut them out. You're out of the family business. Here's a knife.
Knife for you, a knife for you, a knife for you. You're cool, but you get a knife.
Why didn't you give me a knife? Well, I didn't want to cut you out.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of the cornicello one, like you can't buy one for yourself. You have to give it as a gift. I heard of that one.
Yep.
You know, like it has to be given as a gift only, because a lot of people with our site, since we sell the keychain and the necklace, they'll say like it has to be given as a gift. So like,
listen, that cornicello, the corno was big. Like I actually got it tattooed on myself.
That's awesome.
And I put it on here because I actually hold the mic with this hand, so it kind of blocks all the bullshit that comes my way on when I'm on stage. So I put it here.
Oh my God, that's
so
awesome.
you really got the superstition.
Oh, really heavy.
Yeah.
Sicilians are massive on it, massive on superstitions like the Malocchio. I think the Calabrese and the Sicilians are like the heaviest on the Malocchio. Superstition, heavy. Like I'm not kidding. I got cornis everywhere.
Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Yeah. That's smart how you did the tattoo thing.
Right
That's
here,
cool.
Right
I didn't even think of
so
that.
I hold the mic on usually with this hand because I'm right hand dominant.
Yeah.
So I put it on this arm here. So it's like a shield. I block everything. No touch me with my lock.
There you go. Mike, you got to Make America Italian again right there.
Well, now wait a minute.
You got sock?
Oh,
you got it on your leg.
The
that
entire
looks fresh,
state of
too.
New Jersey.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's hardcore.
Zoom
right
in.
there, too.
I got one tattoo and only one tattoo, and it's all about my life.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. What do you mean? It's got more in it?
Well, no, it says all the towns I lived in and the highways in New Jersey and stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
Just get some hair on those legs.
I shave my legs.
Yeah, Mike, you ever get like, I don't know, like since you have blue eyes and stuff, do people ever think you're not Italian or say stuff like that? You know?
That's actually what got me into doing stand-up in the beginning, because I was an actor all the time, and every time I got in a little mob movie, I was the Irish cop that got whacked in the first 30 seconds because I looked Irish.
Yeah.
So, everybody thought me and my two brothers were actually Irish or
Really?
German. Mm-hmm. And we're really not at all. In fact, when we did our DNA, there's nothing but Italian blood.
Wow. That's awesome.
Which is cool, I guess.
I'm 1% Iraqi.
Oh,
You did your DNA?
I did.
Yeah?
I'm 1%.
really?
Yeah.
Well, check you out, man.
So, you know.
That's
I told you
awesome.
Sicilian was like a cluster of.
Yeah.
bunch
Well,
of-
that's I feel like, because I'm Calabrese too, I always get mistaken for something else, never Italian. Like I feel like
they look a lot of Indian.
Yeah, exactly. Indian. Yeah.
It's the hair.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Dark hair, dark beards.
But I've had people come up to me, start speaking Spanish, thinking I'm like Mexican. I don't know, man.
You're Calabres, right?
Yeah, Calabres. Yeah. So I don't know. I hear everything. So that's where it's like, it's interesting, man. Like I don't know if anyone ever gets like Italian and nothing but it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never get it.
No?
No.
No, I get it.
I don't care.
You can't.
But all this talk about being Italian, I got to tell you one thing. I am
hungry.
starving.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
You see how that, right on money.
Yeah, I know.
I said starving, he said I'm hungry.
I'm hungry, yeah.
I know, that
well,
was perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, you guys
Let's
got to
go
eat
get
something
suka.
better. I don't know where the hell you went when you landed
man.
on the plane, man.
That was all him. It was a passerby. He goes, "Want to go for a slice?" I said, "I'm in Chicago. Let's go for a slice." I'm hearing about this deep dish pizza, and then all of a sudden I come here. You guys tell me deep dish is not the biggest thing. Now you guys are thinking about this beef sandwich.
I mean, it's cool to try it and say you did it, but the beef I would say we eat way more regularly.
So the deep dish is close to Sicilian pizza. That's where Sicilians make the
Sicilian
pizza.
pizza.
Like that, right?
That's a
so
good
I wanted to try it, but the one I had today was.
I don't know where
I don't
you
even
guys
know
went.
where
The guy said to us, sit down, I'll bring it to you. And he came over, and the pizza was in the individual diamond-shaped boxes.
Yeah.
You know, like you would get at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
He put that on the table. I'm like, oh,
it didn't
my
look.
God.
It
Where
didn't,
did
that's why I said maybe we'll go to hardcore and they'll take us somewhere where it's legit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I don't know. It was okay. It wasn't great.
Yeah, I was afraid you're gonna think like this is what we eat or something.
Yeah,
man,
no, I knew. I was like, I'm gonna go to hardcore and they're gonna. Mike,
That's awesome.
Mike and Mike are gonna take care of us. They're gonna take us somewhere.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I wanted to hand him back the pizza and say, put it back in the microwave. It's still cold.
Yeah.
Because if I had to base it off that, I would be disappointed. But I hear about this beef sandwich all of a sudden.
Yeah, you got to do a beef. You have to. Mike, have you done a beef sandwich yet? Okay, we
No,
got to go
let's
for
do
a
that.
beef. Let's. Yeah.
Done.
Right,
See how excited I just got?
No, guys, let's not do the beef sandwich.
beef.
No, I'm on
I heard
a
about
diet,
it.
Yeah.
guys.
But
I heard about it.
yeah, no, we'll go. It's the best, man.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
that's what pisses me off with Dave Portnoy, because he reviews pizza all around like Chicago, but he doesn't go to any like a town. Like it's not like he's going to Pompeii on Taylor Street that's been there 100 years. Like he goes to like some random suburb that like no one Italian ever. You know what I mean? And then he's like talk shit about Chicago pizza, but he's never stepped foot in like a real place.
Eh?
Yeah,
Let's go
so
talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, bring him in, Mike.
You got the power. Bring him in.
Yeah. What's his name?
Dave Portnoy from Barstool, who reviews all the pizza.
Portnoy?
Portnoy.
Portnoy.
You can't even get his name right, man. I just said it.
Dave Regato. Origato. Mr. Roboto.
Whatever.
I can't even read cue cards.
Yeah, but he recently said something like, I don't know why Chicago Italians don't just, or people in Chicago don't just claim deep dish, because like that's the best thing they have. All the other pizza sucks. Like it was like a pretty big statement, man. I was like,
yeah, that's
man,
pretty,
you don't
that's
know.
Pretty bold. That's pretty bold to say. And I gotta say, you ordered a regular slice. You didn't order deep dish.
Right.
And they both came up. Mine was a deep dish, and they look identical.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is not. This is not it, man.
I don't know. Send me those videos or whatever. We'll put it in with the podcast so people know what we're saying.
So you guys know what I'm talking about. It was,
It looked like a triangle cut out of a carpet.
It looked like the
carpet.
Italians understand what I'm talking. It looked like a slice of agito. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like, a slice of agito.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I got agio. Look where you went.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, the more time you have, man, we could take it everywhere. I feel like the Chicago hot dog too is a staple. The beef, obviously.
Okay.
I mean, tavern style pizza, you got to get. I mean, we could get you a better deep dish than that too if you want to try it.
I want the hot dog.
Yeah.
I want the hot dog. I want the deep dish pizza, and I want the beef.
Yeah.
The beef I gotta try. You guys have been talking since I walked into this place about this beef.
Yeah. We'll make a video of you guys trying it or something.
It comes
I gotta see that.
Jus. Does it come with a jus and stuff like that?
The what?
Does it come with a Jew?
Does it come with a Jew? Not a Jew. Yeah, jus.
Yeah, well, that's one of our buddies who loves to argue the gravy sauce thing. Says like, you know, because they only say gravy's brown, but then they same thing with sauce. Like there's soy sauce, there's other different types of sauce. So why is it?
But that's sauce. You never say soy gravy.
Yeah. Well, you know what I think it is. I think when Italians immigrated here, you know, because in Italy they say ragu, no, because for meat sauce.
Oh.
So when Italians immigrated here, or sugo.
Yeah. We say sugo. It's sugo.
Yeah, I think sugo sauce ragu's meat sauce though.
I've never heard ragu. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I've never heard my parents ever say ragu.
Yeah.
We say, sugo con carne, carne con sugo, right? So we say it with dialect, whatever it is, but it's always sugo.
Yeah.
Sugo con carne, sugo, whatever it is. It's always been sauce.
Yeah, it was my understanding there's like a word in Italian you could say where it's understood. It means meat sauce, but over here there isn't one. So Italians didn't know the definition of gravy is a sauce or sauce based with meat.
When you say Italians, then what Italians didn't know?
I mean, my grandfather called, sauce if it didn't have meat, sauce.
Yeah.
If it had meat, gravy. And he was from
Really?
Calabria, but he also lived in Canada. Yeah. So
Really?
So he was. Yeah.
I'm learning. See, I'm getting an education here,
but
guys.
I think
I'm learning here.
Yeah, but it wasn't. The thing is that I think not enough people think about is the only people who say gravy are Italians. It's not like other ethnicities are calling it gravy. It's only
Correct.
Italians.
Not in Canada.
Really?
In
for
Canada?
sauce on pasta?
In Canada, the word gravy is brown and it goes on French fries.
Yeah.
That's
It's
And
just
then they
an
call it
American
poutine.
thing. Yeah.
poutine. Yeah, They don't make fun of a poutine. Huh?
Poutine.
Yeah,
It's
but-
Delicious.
delicious.
Especially if you're drunk.
Fries, cheese curds, and gravy.
Yep. And in New Jersey, we call that disco fries.
You call them disco fries?
We call it disco fries
call it
because
a
you were
heart
out
attack
doing the
on a plate.
disco, you got drunk, and you went to the diner, and you got your disco
Yeah,
fries.
there you go.
Then the next day, you wished you didn't eat it.
But yeah, that's in Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure I'm not wrong. I've never heard it being called gravy.
Yeah.
Like the sauce, like the sugo. Sugo
I
is
can see that,
sugo.
but-
I can say, and I'm probably gonna get a bunch of hate for this, but again, I'm not disrespecting anybody. I think, like even Montreal Canadian and Toronto Canadian hold on to their roots more than, I'm gonna get canceled on this, the Italian American.
Yeah.
Right?
No, they embraced it.
They embraced it more,
Yeah.
and they kept it that way.
Yeah.
Here, it looks like, which is cool. I'm not saying it's not cool.
But I think
it's cool.
like you guys immigrated at a later period, no?
I don't
right.
know. I wasn't there. I don't know, but yeah, maybe we were. Yeah.
If you ever want to start an argument, I remember when I was
But
a
this is
little
it.
kid.
This is the argument. This is the argument I have every time I come to the U.S. Every time I come to the U.S. and I hear a guy, it's not only a guy or a girl who's even older, up there in age, and they say, the mozzarella, and I'm like, I'm not. It's that's I know it's slang. I know it's slang.
The
but,
slang, and that could
but
even be like Jersey thing, like a
but it's
Jersey
the
thing
older
too.
generation.
It
doing
wasn't
it
the
too,
argument
man.
I was looking to start. I was going to say, if you wanted to start a little bit of an argument, when I was a kid, and we moved into this neighborhood where there was mostly white kids, I came home and said to my mother, I want to be like everybody else. I want Chef Boyardee mini ravioli in a can. And my mother opened up all the cabinets in the kitchen and said, look for a can in this house. If you find one, I'll kill you. And we never ate that type of food.
No, never.
Yeah.
Never. I've never. I can't remember one time where my mother's ever made anything from a can or a box.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. It's,
Even mac and cheese. I remember when I was
That's
a
a
little
sin.
kid, I wanted mac and cheese. My mother made me macaroni, like pasta, and she melted her own cheese.
yeah.
Oh,
They
that
send you-
sounds
Cheese,
delicious.
Like, I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't out of a box. She did it.
Yeah. They send
Right?
you.
I'm starving.
Right?
They send you to school with a paper or brown paper
Brown
bag
bag, yeah,
or whatever.
100%.
Yeah. And
I was
it's
the
got- it's with
only
all
kid in
grease.
school who had like actual cutlery.
Yeah.
Like it was actually
Set up
I
a
love it.
kitchen
a
in
metal
here. Let's
fork
start
and
cooking.
spoon.
Yeah.
And I had it wrapped up. My forks and spoon used to come wrapped up in a Kleenex, right? All nice, and they used to come out. You used to open the Kleenex, have like a little table placement. Sorry, a little placement mat from a Kleenex. I used to put my fork and spoon there. I used to eat like a gentleman at school, like a pure Italian.
A 5-year-old gentleman.
Like a 5-year-old gentleman. Right?
Yeah. And but
The Italians didn't bring their teachers apples. Put the mozzarella. There you go.
But a mozzarella. Yeah.
We're going to try that. That's fresh.
yeah.
Make sure I get an A.
Italian teachers probably gave you an
Like
A.
I
but-
said, it's all good. I'm not saying that it's wrong that there's the American the slang is that's the way that it's been since the beginning of the
Yeah.
Italian American. And I gotta say, the Italian American is strong.
Yeah,
you guys are
and-
strong. I see you guys have the whole parade, the Columbus Day parade, which I really wanted to come down for. I just couldn't make it down here. And in the U.S. has got all these saints parades. They've embraced it.
Yeah.
Big time. Canada doesn't do that.
Yeah.
We don't have those. We have very miniature ones that the Italian social clubs do, but I feel like the Italian Americans have really stepped it up a notch.
Yeah.
They really embraced that Italian from Italy traditions here. It's just a language, just a little
Yeah,
changes,
and
right?
I was going to mention, I think like when Italians immigrated to America, it was at a time where it was frowned upon more to be an immigrant and Italian, you know, so they kind of had to Americanize quicker. True. And if you walked around speaking Italian, like people were looking at you like you were scum, you know what I mean? Versus, and I don't know the history of Canada immigration and stuff, but it probably wasn't as bad when they did it. And like everyone thought assumed you were in the mob over here, right? And stuff like that. Right. So that's where I think some of these things happened to where we were like pressured. Now it's nice. I feel like it's like we should celebrate it because they couldn't. You know what I mean? So 100%. It's nice to be proud of where you're from and their story. And you know what I mean? Like they went through all this hardship. If Italians were just like, who cares?
And that's what we're doing. At least that's what I'm doing. What I'm doing with my comedy, it's relatable comedy, and I use some of the Italian slangs. I don't. Everything's your videos are all in Italian. I'm trying to mimic my mom or my aunt or whatever the case may be. But on stage, I'll just throw the key words out there in Italian because you have to keep that alive. Our traditions are so important as Italians that we have to keep it alive. It's going away, guys. Yeah. I see it with my nephews. I see it with the younger kids. I see my daughter is losing it. They don't. And I'm trying. I'm putting her in Italian classes. Me and my wife try to speak Italian as much as possible when we're home. We have this Duolingo that she's doing on. I don't want to promote it, but just we're doing stuff just to kind of keep it going because it's gonna go. It's gonna be gone, and it'll be a shame. You know what I mean? Because how many more years do you think we got?
It brings me right back to what I always say. Let's make America Italian again.
That's right.
I know what I'm doing. Right. And once I'm in the White House, I will insist you speak Italian. Or speak Jersey style.
We're going to force it.
Yes.
Get your shirt, be the new law. At hardcore.
Make Italian America. It's that. Make America Italian again.
Yeah, and I know it's too late to kind of promote this show because by the time this episode's out, you guys will have your show done, obviously. But, let everybody know what you guys have coming up next and where they could see your stand-up and how to find you.
Listen, we got the show this weekend, which is too late by the time this is out. I got a new tour coming out for 2025 for myself. I'm actually debuting it here for the very first time. It's going to be stand-up and skit comedy put together. So we're going to have stand-up and we're going to incorporate some of the skits from the videos, and people really wanted to see my characters come out. Nonna Santina, Portuguese lover, my dad's character, the munja cake next door. So they keep saying, we want to see him. So I've kind of wrote and created a show where it's going to be stand-up comedy, and we're going to throw in skit comedy in the middle, and that's new and exciting for 2025, man. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, thanks for announcing it here. Appreciate it, man.
I'm debuting here for the very first time.
Yeah, and just an honor to have you here too, man. Just after all these years and finally being
in person.
Thank
you for having me.
Thanks so much for coming.
I know we've been talking for years now. Years and years and years, and you guys have been amazing. Helping me out. And Hardcore helps everybody on keeping the traditions alive, and I appreciate you. Thank you for what you guys do. Your merch is incredible. You guys just keep doing what you're doing. It's really important to what you guys do and helping guys like myself get the message out.
Thanks, man. So I appreciate everything you do too, man. Always sharing us, always shouting us out, and sometimes I'm like, why is he called the Angry Sicilian? Because you're always so nice, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the whole gimmick, right? Yeah. So on the videos, I'm a real. Everything bothers me, and you know what? In real life, nothing really bothers me.
Yeah.
As you can see, my shoulders are big. Nothing really bothers me. I kind of let it roll off my shoulders.
Yeah.
So it's a gameplay on it.
Yeah,
so,
and I'm so excited to see you tomorrow, man. Like I'm so excited.
It's gonna be a good time. I'm surrounded by mics. I just realized that. I got mics all over this room right now. Mike's behind the camera.
We got 3 mics.
Three mics right here. I got mics. I'm surrounded by mics.
And microphone.
Yeah.
We got 6 mics in the Joe.
Yeah. That's hilarious, man. That's so true. I love it. But Mike, any shout outs too before we get a beef sandwich over here or what?
I'd like to do a shout out to my new tour in 2025. It's called Make America Italian Again Part 2. No, I'm only kidding. I'm going to change my show to Live from My Mother's Basement on Tour.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and we got all new material. And then I think I'm going to start doing the characters that I did a long time ago back on stage. You got to be careful these days because you never know what the audience is going to say.
Yeah.
But I'm already jammed with tours till the end of 2026.
Wow.
So everything is at Mike Marino Live on all social media. And my show, Live from My Mother's Basement, which Joe's been on, and like to get you on and get your dad on and have some fun like that. And away we go. Couple movies in the works. We're going to do a little TV show with our other friend, the number one Guido.
Nice.
And on and on and on, you know.
Sounds busy.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got
I was
busy
going to
schedule.
say.
I'm busier now than I've ever been, and I'm too old to be doing this. So let's hurry up and watch this before I pass out.
God bless, dude. You know, I'm gonna say it right to the camera, to each and every one of you out there. I'm thankful that I'm so busy because it means that it's hitting home, and it's because of you guys out there that kind of support all of us and keep us going. And I want to say thanks to all you guys. You know what I mean? So it's without you, the followers and the guys watching the videos, we're nothing. Right? You know, I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't speak for Mike. He's a stage guy. Mike's always been a stage guy, and I know for me, this is my bread and butter. This is right here. So I appreciate everyone kind of coming out and supporting.
I think somebody's banging at the door. Did you hear that?
They want a beef sandwich.
What, the clicks?
No, somebody's banging at the door.
Like a bang or?
No, they knocking like they trying to get in.
Because it might have been, we got a Shopify like clicker. That noise?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, that was it. We got a Shopify, so it says how many orders we're getting on Shopify on our website. Yeah.
He's getting millions of orders.
You make clicks. It's going
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
I'm
it's an
telling
order
you,
ticker.
listen, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy.
I think there's somebody banging at the door with like their ring on the glass.
Nah, man.
Let me in.
Yeah, no, I'll show you it when,
That's awesome.
when we hop off.
I got
but
beef
yeah,
sandwiches. Let us in.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but no, thanks. I agree, man. It's you got to appreciate the fans and people that support you. So 100%. That's awesome. You have that perspective, like, you know, all the time. And
listen, man, without them, I'm nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So I appreciate them more than they know. So.
Exactly. So
man.
if you guys are listening, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Give us a like, drop a comment, let us know what you want to see next, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
Ciao, amici.